You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Alanna.
And Nightwish Army, Chronic Kids, we are here with the full album reaction to Nightwish's second studio album, Oceanborn.
I'm so excited to get into the second studio album of Nightwish. This is going to be such a treat. We've heard a lot of these songs, but it's also been a long time. So this is going to be so sweet to get into.
We are continuing our album by album full reactions on our way to Yesterwind with Nightwish's albums. We're on number 2, as we have just mentioned, with Oceanborn. So this was actually made with the label Spine Farm. This was released in Finland on December 7th, 1998, and in the spring of 1999 worldwide. Oceanborn was actually recorded in a Finnish school, even though it sounds this grandiose. The first album with bassist Sami Vanska on it. So that's good for us to know, because I think we found out, I think Empu did the bass for Angels Fall first.
Right.
So that's really cool. Something else. Sleeping Sun was released in August of 1999, so even after the worldwide release. But then all the albums after that time got reissued with Sleeping Sun in it. So we are doing Sleeping Sun on this album because obviously it's after 2000s.
After the 2000s.
So the genre for this is power and symphonic metal. Tuomas was heavily influenced by Stradivarius at this time. So we'll hear a lot of that kind of
influence
in there. So that's really cool. All the lyrics and the music is composed by Tuomas himself, unless explained outside of that, which we will let you know when that doesn't happen. So the members for the band right now, as we see them, is Tarja Turunen on the lead vocals, Tuomas Holopainen on keyboards, backing vocals, songwriting, and lyrics. We have Empu Vuorinen on the guitars and the songwriting. We have Sami Vanska on bass for the first time. We have Jukka Navalainen on the drums, percussion, and backing vocals. We love our Jukka. And we have Tapio Wilska as vocals on Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean, The Pharaoh Sails to Orion, and he does backup vocals on Moondance.
Very cool.
So with all of that said, we have 12 songs to do today. We've actually reacted to 10 of them out of the 12. So there's only 2 songs that are new, and for us, and they happen to be back to back in the middle of this album. So we have a little bit writing to it, and then a little bit writing out that we already have heard. So it'll be a little more of a jam session, and we will have Spotify and the lyrics right in front of us, so we'll be able to dissect it a little bit better that way. But we hope you have your drinks and your snacks and you're ready to get into Oceanborn. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it.
I can't wait. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. This is going to be such a treat. I can't wait to hear the 2 new songs, or new to us songs, in the middle of this album. I hope you guys are as excited for them as we are.
The Spotify version of this, I think, is really cool, especially after you've seen either the music video or the studio version. Getting to see this lyrics actually helps us digest it in a complete different way, especially if we've already seen and listened to 10 of these songs. At least we get to see the lyrics as it comes down, because we actually have reacted to Stargazers 3 times on the channel so far, with 2 of them having Alanna and I there, and 1 of them with just me there. We did our first one with Tombra back in October 1st, 2022.
Stargazers!
Oh, she's stoked.
Wow. Then we did a Tarja solo show where she did Stargazers and Ciara as well, and that was May 9th of 2023. And then we just did the Wembley version of Stargazers, just myself, on June 13th, not that long ago, right?
So, very cool.
No, January 13th, not June 13th. Oh my god, this is so good!
that was a little bit longer.
A little bit longer ago. So we've actually done this song every year since we've been on this channel. So we're gonna do it one more time with some lyrics with the Nightwish Army. Chronicans, we ready?
We're ready. We got to get it in for 2024, so we make sure we're doing it every year.
Yes. There we go. What a way to start, eh?
Yeah, you can definitely hear that power metal.
Yeah. Even the Rhapsody, you know?
Yeah.
So grandiose. Yeah, Emhu is slaying on this, and I think that's why we were really excited to get to some of his the older Nightwish, because we've heard that's when he got to kind of have more solos, more kind of moments for himself to shine, right?
Because I think the guitar, like Empu, is really shining through on this one, especially with the power metal. Like now that I really know what power metal is, and like I can really hear that influence on it. And then you can also, with how Taria's voice is complemented with the music in this one, you can really see how Nightwish shifted from what the original brainchild was.
From Angel Falls first to this is a whole night and day, right?
Whole night and day, and I really like this.
Yeah, this transition to what they're moving into, we can see why this album is one of those like monumental albums for symphonic metal and even power metal itself. So we're loving what we're hearing.
Very cool.
I'm so happy the background is blue too for Oceanborn. This is great.
Yes. I really like that last little breakdown that happened because it wasn't the same as all the other breakdowns that had happened in the
Yeah,
past.
it built.
And so it built up, it
Yeah.
changed a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it was almost like it could have ended the song there,
Right.
but then it came back in for that one last like finale.
Yeah.
And then that was so cool. It's really funny because during that first time when it could have ended, the baby started moving a bunch and like I had to readjust.
Oh yeah.
So, and then you get that final moment again, so it's like, oh yeah, here we go, and it builds that hype.
Help you get to the next song right away too, right?
Exactly. So this was so cool, and then you got to hear Tuomas on his keyboard instead of the guitar for the final bit.
I agree, and I think Tuomas he is game changing, and to think what he really was trying to push at the beginning, to think where they actually went to with power metal, it's actually mind blowing because they've nailed it.
They did.
Like I think Tarja though, like they sound a little bit like Therion, but they're different enough that that's what separated them. Is I think Tarja's powerful voice with them.
Yeah.
Because Therion, like I'm trying to think of Stradivarius, Therion, these type of bands that were all doing the stuff at the time, and what made Nightwish like reach the skies.
What separated it, that made it that little
Like,
bit of difference.
Yeah, like obviously they all have moments because like we wanted to bring up Yuka for his drumming. Empu has moments too. So really, it's the whole thing coming together, and that the song Stargazers. Even though we were talking about wanting to interpret the lyrics, the music itself was so powerful. We didn't. That's why I didn't have much to say because I wanted to say something about the lyrics, but the music took over me again, and I'm trying to think like, why is this so game changing still? Because it's still familiar to like a Therion and all that.
Yeah.
But what's capturing it that's making it unique? And it's really just it's all of them together, isn't it?
It's all of them together. They really have such a gorgeous stage presence as well. Because even listening to them, you can, once you know the band intimately and you've listened to a lot of their songs, you've seen a lot of their live performances and things like that, you can really imagine how they're playing as they're playing.
Of course.
So when Empu came in and that slower bit right before it ended, when
Knees
it came
up.
down, you know that he's got his knee up. You can see him playing. I definitely and like using the whammy and everything that's going there. So you can really imagine how he's really holding himself while he plays.
Of course.
And then when he went in for that like solo, you know, he's doing splits on stage, right?
Yeah.
So like it was so cool being able to like really picture all of that, but then being in with the music and just able to fully encompass it with your own mind and imagination, because that's what they're putting through is that artistry.
Yeah, and like I think the only thing I can take out of the lyrics, other than the obvious, you're looking at stars, it was like the constellations, and they were talking about a lot of the constellations, and because they even brought up like the virgin blood and all this stuff. So like,
and sailing the ocean.
It would be worth checking into. But then also on the other part, we know like Tarja said like some of these lyrics were hard for her to like take in because she didn't quite know what even was being talked about sometimes. And then also Tuomas was mentioning back in like a 2008 interview where he even can admit like checking back at the lyrics and like it's a little funny, quote unquote.
It is a little bit funny. The thing I love that you bring up the lyrics. So for me, I definitely thought it had to do with like, yes, you're gazing at the stars and thinking about all these like adventures that you can go on.
Yeah.
Because we're all made of stardust.
Right, okay.
That's kind of, and how it all combines and connects together. So
I was hoping you took something.
That's what I took out of the lyrics. It's like we're all made of stardust, and you know we have. They mentioned atoms, like the first human fighting against that kind of like that looking up into the sky, and then also that full understanding.
I like that. That actually makes it a bit more meaningful of lyrics to it. Too,
so it did have a lot of that meaning to it within the lyrics, but then at the same time, it feels like, because it is also I'm not sure if he writes it in Finnish or writes it in English or how he does that, but he definitely I definitely got the idea of him was as he was writing it, he was looking at a thesaurus, finding like the biggest, most like word, all-encompassing word he could find for that sentence to then have
as bombastic as it can be, and he's meaning to. He's
forcibly meaning for it to be as bombastic as it can be, but like these small, intricate sentences. And so, and then it's also following, because he's a poet, right? Following that rhythm throughout that guitar riff throughout the whole thing. So it's really well done. But like these are words that he's using. Where even a couple times, like, did he make that up? Because he
because he makes up words all the time, right?
Absolutely. So like that's something that I was definitely thinking of on the lyrics. So
nice.
So it's such a cool song. I forgot about it, honestly.
But that's the beauty thing too, because we've already checked them out, and then for us, we're like, oh no, we've heard 10 of these already. Like, is there going to be anything else we can bring? But they're all on the other side, like saying, shut up, let's get to Gethsemane. So let's get to Gethsemane. We are at Gethsemane now too, and we have done this twice so far on the channel. First time was just me with Buenos Aires back in November 14th, 2022. And then we also did this together on a live television where it was back in 1999. And it was like on that, I don't know if you remember that one at all.
Vaguely.
But so we did that back in May of this year, not the 12th. So. Wow.
Very cool.
Impressive. I really thought that was a flute.
Me too.
Right?
Very cool.
This is our third time now.
I think I vaguely remember that one, and I
Short hair?
Yes, short hair. Now I remember it.
Yeah.
and, but what's crazy is I remembered the name of this song. So as soon as you brought it up, that hey, this is gonna be on, I'm like, hey, I listened to that one once, but then I never listened to it again. But it was good.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get back to it as a second time listen for me.
Very true. We also know the name of this because it's the garden at the bottom of the Mount of Olives.
It is the garden at the bottom of the
And
mountain.
we always forget that when we come onto it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we thought you're Christians. Oh, let's play. So really, I love this. So good. Tempo again, right?
Along with that drum keyboard.
Wait, no.
Oh, sorry. I looked at it and you said yes, and then I did.
But then this part just started getting better. I'm just gonna rewind a little bit. What do you want to say?
Oh, please do. No, I was gonna say I never noticed the first time we listened to this, how layered the vocals are and everything that's being said. That was actually insane.
Really cool, and I actually think that was because looking at this backing vocals, Tuamis has a credit there, so I actually think that was Tuamis in the backup because I didn't sound like Tapio. That wasn't low enough, right?
I thought it was Taria, backup vocaling Taria.
And maybe it was that too. So I
but-
don't listen to me, but looking at backing vocals, that's why I thought it was a male there, and I could be wrong.
Absolutely. But that was really good. And then even the lyric that was being said, it's like, I'm lonely and I'm waiting for like the Father, like, because it's almost like a prayer. But when will Easter come into my room? But Easter is like the goddess of fertility.
Well,
so
it's kind of like
many different.
it's like a reverse prayer of what happened when Jesus made that prayer because he didn't want his suffering. Where this one was a kind of different approach, right?
So the opposition
It's
of
an
the
inverse.
backing, the
Yes,
inverse
it's
opposition.
It's the anti-prayer.
So cool. And
Very
then
cool.
going into that,
It's amazing.
That keyboard is insane.
I guess for us, which is good, Empu and Tuamis steal the show right off the bat with these intros, and it's just incredible. heard it before.
But like more than that, like I
Yeah.
wonder if it actually comes from somewhere because even I've heard the song one time before hearing it now, but that like that.
I really think that's how good Tuamas is.
Okay.
Because musicians, and just to let y'all know, because you never like really put this in, that's when you hear a music or a band that you've never heard before, but yet it sounds nostalgic. That's just they've hit your genes correctly. That's how good Tuamas is it feels like it's a classical piece, even though it's his own work, because he should be back in like Mozart times. That's where we would put him. So then that's why it sounds like it's from that time, and it had to have been from that time. But it's really him, and he's brought it to the new age, and that's why it was so transcendent. Because it's like, but then we were talking about Empu, how much he makes a difference. Right.
Wow. Like it's just great. I just know that there was I think Greatest Show on Earth at one point when he actually took a classical piece and like adjusted it and
100%.
changed it and like made it into its own thing. So that's kind of what I'm wondering as well is like, is this another piece that is, like you said, so far into our genes and our memory that he's also altered?
I've read all of your comments, and you have not told me that, and I think you would have if it was a
That's
thing.
fair.
You know what I mean? Where they have told us that with the Greatest Show on Earth.
That's where we got the information. You guys let us
Right?
know. So like, but that's just such a piece.
And this is hilarious, just how much we're talking, which is just showing how we're also happy to be back. We're in a very good mental space. So thank you all for being so patient and so loving. And power metal really is your style of music.
I love power metal.
So it's only helping adding, because she loves symphonic, and this is really pinnacle for what we love. So imagine when Marco joins the band too to add another layer. Like, they don't even know what they're coming into. Good together.
Very Disney.
No wonder Oliver loves it. Oh, nice, Pharaoh.
Very cool.
I'm thoroughly impressed. Like, I know we've heard these songs and all that, but then when you get to like take it in this type of a way where you're like choosing to be in now 1998, we're thinking in that time frame now. We're in here. We just saw what Angels Fall First did. Now we're seeing this. Every song is incredible so far. This might actually be one of my favorite albums now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
from start to finish.
I have to agree because I'm loving the style of the music that within it. The power metal really is my style.
It is. It helps storytelling.
It does. And sorry. The other thing with this is the way that every single song is written is like a standalone performance.
Yes.
Kind of like the Nutcracker. You know, if you went to go see the ballet, every single thing
would different performance
every single one would be a different performance, and it's going through the pieces. So at the very end of this big grandiose event, it has a conclusion.
Right.
And that's what you're getting with every single one of these songs that's coming through is an abrupt conclusion that is grandiose.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to the next song with this amazing entry.
Yeah.
And then exit the stage.
And it still bleeds in well to the next one, even though it's not necessarily continuing the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's something that I really like about this because it's giving you that full satisfaction at the end of every single piece.
Yeah, and like I said, we've already listened to these songs a bunch, and Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean is one of our favorite ones. We've even gotten D Music Live to like go and do it and react to it because I think if anyone's having a hard time with the symphonic part of Nightwish,
this one's dark enough.
This one is for the true thrash metal head lovers and all that. It again shows Empu at one of his best too. So it just, I really think Empu's shining the most on this album.
Absolutely.
Out of any of them that I've heard so far, even though Tawamas is still becoming a main topic because he always does. I wish still Sammy had a bit more hearing of him.
I would like to hear that bass guitar more, and this is like a backing piece and more like we were listening to a band, I think it was Metallica, who had the bassist who
really good bassist, yeah.
Really good bassist. I didn't want to get like eaten apart there at the comments. But yeah, Metallica's bassist who actually wrote a lot of the songs and a lot of the music. So the bassist showed quite often in a lot of that music. And I love bass guitar. I love those low notes. So I just wish that there was a lot more of that that darkness and the heaviness of the bass that was shining through with the amazing and grandiose performance that we're getting.
No kidding. This is all in the school again, y'all. This is amazing. Okay, Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean. What's happening? Something good.
Prophecy of coming floods.
I'm sorry. This is such a good song. We haven't even paused it
Oh,
once.
no, we
Again, we
haven't.
always want to check the lyrics out, but like the music it's so captivating, y'all, and it's so quick, but then it's also so melodic that it allows you to like get in a hypnotic state even sometimes,
does.
and all that falling away and all the extra effects that get added. It's so memorable. And as a fan, they were like fans of Metallica and Pantera and all this. So like if you were into that music after the first album, Angels Fall First, this is kind of what you would be itching for, kind of like how everyone's itching for a
Yeah.
little heavier Nightwish for the new album.
Yes.
This I know would have been just nailing everyone's quench.
Absolutely. And then like I love Tapio's voice. He
Yeah.
has such a unique and phenomenal voice. So him and Taria with that duet throughout this whole
You
thing,
got that
it's
right.
insane.
The Devil and the Mermaid.
The devil in the deep dark ocean.
Yeah. Oh my God. It always feels so much longer than 5 minutes.
It does.
So much jam packed in that one. It's memorable too, and something I forgot to do at the beginning here, which isn't obviously a big deal at all, is we've already reacted to this one twice.
Yes.
So we actually did a reaction to this by myself first. No, wait. Yeah. So the first time was by myself back in December 19th of 2022. And I think it was actually the Buenos Aires version of it with Marco,
Okay,
because
yeah.
I remember that I had to show you it. So it sounds so much different with Floor performing it compared to Taria
Yes.
and Marco, because that's the first time we did it was Floor and Marco, and then now the second time we did the reaction was a lyric video actually where you and me were there back in September 19, 2023. So then it's so cool to have a band with an amazing song like this, The Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean, but then the ability to have versions of it
That are
that are different, and they're both just as good. But
Absolutely.
this sounds a lot different in the studio compared to live as well.
Yeah, this sounds, I'm gonna be honest, this sounds a lot more gothic.
Yeah,
Like it's like a
exactly.
gothic power metal kind of ballad. Like,
Yes.
not ballad, but like I guess it would be a power metal ballad kind of style.
Because it felt like a love story in
it
a way.
almost it felt like a love story, but it also felt a little bit of like Stockholm syndrome kidnapping
Yeah.
at the same time.
Bad stuff.
Right, and so like it's such an interesting piece, Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean, and everything that's going through with this song. And I have to say, I have to bring it up, but one thing that I wanted to bring up, and I'm actually nervous on like should I or shouldn't I, but
We can tell.
but Tuomas in the last 3 songs, because we're only 3 songs into this album,
Yeah.
but he's talked about virginity 3 times in the last 3 songs. So I'm like, wow, he's really
No wonder you didn't know to bring it up or not.
So know, but it's really interesting because if you look at all these really old stories that we have that are like ingrained in us in history, you know, the mermaid was kidnapped and like all these types of things.
It reminded me of like
happened.
Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid combo.
It was like a Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid kind of combo that's going on, but like it's dark and it's Brothers Grimm style, not Disney style. So it's such an interest. It's so cool. I love this album. I really do.
It's a lot of fun, and you say fun and cool a lot for this, for your adjectives, and that's why I think, because funny and fun are kind of the same things, right? So when he's saying like, man, it's so fun and funny to go look back at like even the pictures that we took for the album as well were funny. So like, you know, we all grew up, well, not everyone, but growing up in the 90s, we know what that time was like. So it makes me want to go see the actual the album's book to see all the pictures that they have there. So we're on to Sacrament of Wilderness now. We have done Sacrament of Wilderness only one time on this channel, which you have not done yet. So this is technically a new song for you.
It's a new song for me.
Which is great. So that is amazing. I did this one back in November 14th of 2024 with the Buenos Aires. Wait. I'm sorry, I need to hear this again. That was like on a video where I did 5 songs in one go when I was psycho back then. So here we go. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, everyone, this is Sacrament of Wilderness. Because it's going great, something I just have to acknowledge was that intro part when you had like it was so dirty, almost looked like you're about to cry from your drip lip, which was just incredible because it was an incredible moment. This is the first time you've heard this song. So like I'm sure again we wanted to check the lyrics out, but then it just started and it's just like
it's so good. This is so upbeat, so fast paced, but it's also that darkness. Like we actually heard Sammy that one time, which I already mentioned earlier in this clip that I wanted to hear more Sammy. And so then when Sammy came in and then Empu came on top of that really dirty bit, like that really like I was like, ooh, that's the part I was looking for. Like, that's something that I really wanted. I'm going to be honest, I have the lyrics here in front of me, and I've been trying to read along with the lyrics while listening to Taria singing.
Yeah.
But the way that she changes her vocal range while she sings and her style and
Yeah.
everything, it actually, I can't read it and listen at the same time.
Wow. Okay.
Because it changes. Because what I'm hearing isn't matching what I'm trying to read because of how she adjusts things.
Her
And
enunciation of it
her
too.
enunciation of it.
It's always in a
And
different way for me too.
that's something I was actually thinking when I was listening to this song specifically, that Tuomas once said in an interview how Taria was one of the only singers that was able to fully articulate and enunciate the things that he wanted it to be enunciated at. And
No kidding.
the lyric that was said was in an elven something or other, that when I was thinking this, I'm like, wow, Taria really does sound like a dark elf when she's singing and the way she's enunciating.
Especially in Dark Christmas.
And like a dark Christmas, but like, so it really brought it all together in that one moment for me, just to tell, so you guys can know what was going through my mind.
Really
as I was
cool,
going
though.
Through this.
Because Thomas has always said that Taria could bring that out, and like you could say orange or you can say orange, and
Yes.
whatever Thomas wanted,
She could
Taria said orange or orange in the correct time.
she could rhyme it correctly.
Exactly,
So
right?
it was so cool.
Yeah. Like there's two of them.
What was that?
What's so cool about Tuwamis is he's at a level of technicality of like anything he could do of like a Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to always be like going that nuts, but it's so cool to hear the band going this nuts in songs like this and it's really stretching them out and that type of stuff is we kind of want to hear their thrashier, crazier side right now, you know?
Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I didn't know if it was like a synth or that it was Empu and then it was like what was going on. And so it was a treat for the ears.
As they are, keep it going, eh?
Wow.
Man. So outside of the music, did you take anything from the lyrics of what you think it might have meant?
No.
Okay, so it's good. There was some that I captured, and I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to piece the story, but from the little bit I saw, the Sacrament of Wilderness, they find an angel in the snow, and then they actually have to create a campfire for the sacrament, which they also mention. And then they're talking about how this is supposed to give like waters to their kids forever, almost like a fertility ritual or something, or
Okay.
not quite that, but some type of a. That's at least what I was getting out of it because that's all I could take outside of the incredible music that was again taking over. And if you guys watch reaction channels for years, some of the people at first starting reaction channels will say man, I didn't even check out the lyrics because the music took over. It was that good. And then sometimes when you dive into the lyrics, it's because maybe you can't think of much from the reaction of just the music.
Yeah.
So at least the lyrics can help you dive into it more, and then it gives more content. But for us with Nightwish, which I am so happy about, is sometimes with bands, you have to check the lyrics because you just need more things to talk about.
It gives you so much more to talk about because the band can be so good, like Nightwish and what they're putting through. It's like we can only say Empu has played it on the guitar so many times.
Yeah,
Because
but
he's saying
what
it.
I was trying to say is Nightwish right now isn't making me need to go dive into the lyrics, even though that's our goal.
Oh, yes.
A lot of bands make me do that right now because I have to dive into the lyrics to try to add more content. Where Nightwish, I don't even need to look into the lyrics still because the music takes over the passion.
Absolutely.
And then we like you said, you didn't even know one lyric that happened there.
Yeah, I saw Elvin, and there was an Elvin, and there was making sure that the waters kept flowing for the generations to come.
So that's
Right?
exactly proving my
So
point
it was-
where then we could dive into it and look back and try to add more, but we already have enough content for the video because the music takes over and gives
Absolutely.
you genuine reactions just from how epic it is. So I'm just glad that Nightwish continues to do this still. And we're with Passion of the Opera next, but we're at song 5 now. So before jumping into this, we have done this 2 times. One time we actually did this with the Taria solo, and it was with you and me back in May 30th of this year. And then you and I already did the studio version of this back in April 14th of 2024. And wow, this has a different feel, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I love their old stuff. I think you guys made us listen to Passion and the Opera once you guys knew we were doing these album reactions.
Yeah.
We're like, make sure to get to it. And because we're trying to be good parents as well, let's go check out on our boys before we continue on to this. Thank you so much for being here so far. And if you have not yet, hit the like button if you're having a good time with us and refuel up as well. Very excited for Passion in the Opera, but one thing I failed to mention on the Sacrament of Wilderness is that Empu is on the music credit for that song, and that was something I was going to tell you guys when it wasn't just Tuamis who was behind the actual music there. So I thought that was awesome because that was an incredible song.
Yeah.
And now we're on to Passion and the Opera. We got it. Awesome. Here we go. Again.
Old school.
Great song to learn on guitar. Yeah, you can hear the bass go.
Bring from my voice the ring of love.
I definitely remember this one. This one is one that's made its mark.
Especially because we very recently
Yeah.
did it twice this year already too, right? And
Absolutely.
but it is memorable.
It is very
Especially
memorable.
that ending part with Taria, right?
It really is. And I remember because we just watched it recently this year, we watched it twice. We actually saw that one of the male vocalists in the choir came through very strongly.
Right, yeah,
And now
yeah.
you can even hear it in the studio version. So that was like something that was specifically meant to happen, not just something that it happened in that live performance.
Very true.
Which is
Yeah.
something that's cool for me to make that kind of connection with.
Yeah. Very grandiose, this song,
Very
right?
grandiose.
It's just such a difficult moment, and for me, it's like, do they ever perform this one live anymore? Because I couldn't imagine Floor having an attempt at this one and
I
how
think,
she would do. Like, I'm sure she would do great, but
yeah.
like, I don't think like when we checked this out, it was definitely Taria both times. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like, I really like this one too, and I never know if it's passion of the opera or passion and the opera and all that too.
It's a little bit of both,
It's
you know?
it's a little bit of both, but for me, it's now. I wish they're all not sounding exactly the same, but they're all sounding so trademark in the power metal. I kind of want to have one song that sounds a little different on its own.
a
So
little bit different. One that's
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more current Nightwish kind of style sounding. Or I really liked the gothic feel of Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean and a lot of those ones
of course.
because it really shows that different style of the coin of what they're able to perform through.
yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is this isn't one of my favorite ones out of all of them, even though it's a pretty good one for me still too.
I'd agree with that. I love the song. It definitely stands out for me because of how that prolonged ending.
Yeah.
But not one of my top picks.
Yeah, exactly. And that's because all of them have been incredible so
Oh,
far too. So we are now jumping onto Swanheart, which I believe we have only done once on the channel, but it was you and me, and we did this from Wishes to Eternity.
Oh,
Back on October 9th, 2022.
Good. Taria's incredible at singing as well. All right. I can't do this with you like this.
I'm sorry.
I tried to go in, just try to say I was under control, but I'm not under control yet. Okay.
I need some water.
So it's been a little
It's
bit.
been a little
I
bit.
don't think we actually have heard this song again, so very excited to hear this song again over like a year and a bit now.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. This will be a second reaction, but it'll feel like a first because it's been so long.
Yeah. Okay, let's go then. This is the different feel I was expecting.
Yeah, it is the different feel you were expecting. Look, they know how to write an album.
My head got itchy.
Into that ballad.
Yeah, this is exactly what I needed.
Beautiful.
All those beautiful people
Yeah.
I needed to hear Taria this way.
want to have them. I want to have them all. Those mostly mortals. If only I could
that one was so relaxing.
Yes.
And especially a nice treat for that transition, jumping into now songs we do not know, the next two. Very excited about that. Is there anything you want to share about how you felt on that one?
For me, that one, like, I really like it's a nice ballad. It's very soothing.
Yeah. Do you remember it from the first time? Was there anything
No,
that...
I didn't. I
totally
actually, I
fine.
didn't remember it.
Right.
This song doesn't stand out for me all that much.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
fair.
it. It's a nice change up. I think it's a beautiful ballad.
It's a good change of pace there, actually.
It was a good change of pace, but as someone myself, I love power metal. I love like fast pace. I love things that are like.
You could have had the whole thing be the same.
I could have had the entire album be completely like just a showstopper, jaw dropper the entire way without a ballad.
Yeah.
But I think this was a really nice ballad. I really like Swanheart because at the end of the day, it really is a mourning, like a mournful piece.
Yeah.
Because for those of you who don't know, a swan only sings when it's on its deathbed.
Yeah,
So
very true.
a swan song will only ever be heard once you're mourning.
I think you even shared that the first time, too.
And I probably shared
Which
that the
is-
first time.
Which is amazing because I forgot about that until you said that again.
Yeah, so this one is definitely one of those. For me, it feels a lot more like a funeral song.
Right.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
it is a very, for me, you'll notice I was actually yawning a little bit during the song
'Cause it's
because
soothing.
it's such a drop. It's very soothing.
Yeah, very
And
big
it
drop
is
from
a
before.
big drop from how fast we were going and how grandiose everything is to then coming down to something so intimate and simple.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful, intimate, simple song.
Of course.
Um,
Yeah, I respect that
Yeah.
all the way. And there was the part probably in the chorus there where it was like, "Da-na-na-na." That
Yeah.
part definitely I remembered from the first time.
Absolutely.
And it was nice to hear Tarja kind of singing where you could hear her fully because the music's been so bombastic that even though Tarja can go up to here, it's just the music's taking over for me. And then even
Yeah.
though there's lyrics there, it's still hard for us to keep up. So it was nice to be able to see that full thing go down. And again, the ability of Tarja to get out Tuomas's poetry is just immaculate.
It's immaculate. I did have to say I do like how they layered it and how the song got more
build up.
grandiose as it built up to the very end.
The drums came in.
The drums came
Yeah.
in, and then Empu's guitar work at
Very
that
soulful
finale
at the
was
end.
awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. So we're moving now into a song we have not done yet called Moondance. And I'm pretty sure there's no lyrics here because there's nothing there.
There's nothing on screen.
So I'm not that smart. And I think Tapio is doing backing vocals though. So we'll find out what's going on, I guess. Here we go, Moondance.
Moondance.
Nice, yeah, keeping kind of the same. Oh no, it got a little eerie.
This is giving me Imaginarium vibes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Ooh. Time for a drink.
so cool.
Oh man, that took me actually on a journey. That was a lot of fun. That's going into another great song here. Wow. So what I was expecting was not for it to get that fun at the end. I was thinking it was going to stay a bit more mystical like it kind of was at the beginning, because where I was at first, as in this Moondance, at least for me, I was kind of getting lost from the album art too. Like we came from an island, so at night you can lay in a lake and it's not that cold and you can look up in the stars, and I actually used to do that all the time when I camped. So that's kind of the music I was like expecting to listen to while I'm like laying down looking up. But then it got like bard like, and then kind of went Vintrol mode, and then it brought me to a whole different place like while I was still in the clothes of being there. So it was like it just brought in a lot of fun, and it took you on a journey, right?
So much fun. I actually I forgot Tapio was in Vintrol. That was his band.
Yeah.
Until you mentioned it, I'm like, oh yeah, right. And with how bard like it got, I don't remember what those, when you know when you go to a parade and there's the guys who have the red hats and like they do the dance and stuff in the parade and they ride those little tiny like motorized scooter things, and they do like that dance.
I'm not even gonna try that. I don't want to offend anyone here.
No.
I don't know the name, but I get what you're saying.
But those guys,
We'll find out. Let us
and
know.
if you know what I'm talking about. And they're always doing that dance and like, hey, and they're kicking out, and I'm pretty sure it's a Russian dance.
Yeah, it's
So
like
that's-
Pinocchio, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was imagining when they were
Exactly. Do the
like,
moon dance.
doing the moon dance, and then they were clapping, and like it was so
animated.
much fun. It was so animated. It's so lively, like with your imagination and what you can see that's coming through. Definitely in a tavern, you know, dancing on tables, like everyone's having fun. But it's like that, also that journey at that beginning, that ethereal, mystical place that you get to this, you know, community that's just so accepting and welcoming, and they're just built together in this amazing song. So it was so much fun.
It became a celebration, right?
It became a celebration,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, hey, cheers to that, eh?
Yeah, cheers. So this was so cool. I need more descriptive words.
No, but it's okay that cool and fun is what it is, because again, that's what Twamis described it back in 2008. So like you can't get offended by saying it's cool and fun, because music is supposed to be that as well.
Brings you to that place, and this is so 90s in its own way, right? Too, right? Because we love it. There's so much synth that comes in with when Thomas is playing his keyboard that just brings it to that, you know.
This album came out when we're 6 and 5 years old.
Yeah.
So like here we go, and we're on to a new song for us as well. This one is called The Riddler, and this doesn't have any Tapio in it, so this is just Nightwish themselves, and we're ready to go with The Riddler.
With the Riddler. So
Okay.
excited. Wasn't he the bad guy in Batman? In
Yeah,
the
he's one
90s?
of. Yeah, who's your favorite Batman villain in the comments below, outside of Joker, because that's usually the easiest one to say.
Yes.
Here we go.
Such a nice transition between the dance and this one.
I'm always excited to see Maria's performance in the song I haven't heard. Exactly. this so far?
I really like it. It's really up tempo. It's really fun.
Yeah.
The Riddler is, all the questions that remain unanswered.
Is
and
it
the
flat around?
It's a flat around. Are we going to fight about this forever?
Yeah.
Right? So it's so much fun. I love this. Oh my God, I said it again. We need a fun counter.
Don't make me try. Okay, here we go.
For your mother's beneath the earth, the sky. Hold the children's hands for a while. They hearts forever, yours and mine. Make me wonder what's the meaning of life. What's the use of it all we die? Let me guess who's the one behind the mask, father or son.
Sammy's bass is doing well on this one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right? From like the 60s era too. Super Nintendo. Nice. Here's a good moment.
Very nice.
Nice tempo change. Oh, another version.
Yeah.
Should have ever been Challenge the Riddler and you will see.
Very cool.
The Riddler can mean a lot because, like, if the Riddler's the one that gives you the questions that divide people, then even like the government in a way can be called the Riddler.
Sure can.
Like there's a lot of different things that you could replace in there, and I love the feel of that one. The key line really stood out for me. Sammy was really standing out for me in this
Yes.
one too, which is great for Sammy to have a song that really felt like him.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's why we haven't reacted to that one yet as well, because I don't know, because I think this is a great song, and
It's an amazing
But, like,
song.
every single song, like we keep saying on this album, really is incredible. Let us know if Oceanborn is your favorite album, because
Yes.
we really understand if this one is a lot of people's favorite, especially from people that love power metal like you.
Absolutely.
The storytelling from start to finish is great every time. The music's so good that you almost need to go back to it to even see the lyrics too, even though we've already reacted to these. That's how incredible every song really is.
It really is. So this has been amazing. I'm really excited to get to the Pharaoh sales to Orion, because we've had this one come down the channel once or twice.
Yeah, we let them know about that just once actually, and it was you and me with From Wishes to Eternity back in October 28th, 2022.
cool. So it was just once, but I actually remember this one where there have been songs that I don't remember when we've listened to them even twice or three times. So like this is really cool to be getting back to this one. And now even knowing that it's from Oceanborn, I don't think I incorporated that before.
That's fair enough.
It really does fit with this amazing
Of course.
album.
Yeah.
And like when we were getting into this and figuring out like what all the songs were on this album, going into the reaction, I got really excited because I'm like, oh my goodness, I actually know so many of these ones, and they are a lot of our favorites.
No kidding.
So like
this one and Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean, both with Tapio as well, by the way.
both with Tapio as well.
Are
Awesome.
incredible, right? And how are you doing with the baby?
I'm being kicked a
You're
lot.
being kicked a lot right now, honeys?
I am.
Okay. Well,
Baby likes this album.
Baby definitely loves this album. All of the Percival babies love Nightwish. We love it so much. We want to thank you all for being here. Now that we're 2/3 of the way done and we have 4 songs left, we're 8 in. We're going to go check on our kids right now, and then we'll come right back after feeling up again. Thank you all for being here. And if you still have not, please hit that like button. You don't know how much it really does help us. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit, guys.
Chronicans Nightwish Army. The boy is up. Oliver is awake now. He is with Avery. They're having some brother time. So I'm looking forward to the Pharaoh Sails to Orion. Checking out these lyrics right on Spotify here. We already see that there's a verse from Exodus that starts this. And we always love when biblical verses start a song. It puts a precedent in it for like epicness and even sometimes darkness to it
really
too.
does.
Right? So looking forward to this one. We have reacted to it once. We're going in now. Here we go.
I can feel that darkness already.
Yeah. We know what happened to that one Pharaoh. Yes. So
Get away from me. Take heed thyself and see my face no more. For in the day thou see my face, thou shalt die.
nice. Really? How do they mix it so well?
A constellation of divine architecture built on earth. She's an arrows open the heart to the wisdom of this land.
Right?
Very good.
Everyone's on point now.
Unicorn arrives with the west wind to greet my funeral.
Okay, just because we could hear him again there, what I wanted to bring up was the difference between how Taria and Tapio kind of sing. Like, Tapio's very, like, reading it as he speaks. Spoken word type of thing, where
Yeah.
Taria, like, we always keep suggesting, especially in this album, we can't tell how she's going to enunciate the lyrics. And then because of that, it's hard for me to want to mimic her singing, where, you know me, I usually air sing.
Air sing, yeah.
So, like, she's so hard to air sing for me. That's always why she keeps me on my toes and makes it interesting. And I love Tapio and Taria's combination in this one. It's great.
Absolutely. I have to say this is very much a Tuomas Yuka heavy song. That's what's really driving it for me.
Yeah.
Like when the guitar comes in, it's like, yeah, that's awesome. Like Empu's great. But like when they go into those like non-lyrical verses and it's just
You could
Tawamas
drive a
and
force right now
you could
in the
just
magical
drive.
key line. Right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How they blend that together, it's perfect, right?
So good.
Slumbering with the ebb and the flow of this foaming tomb.
Reveal your face to me, guide me through the Stygian fields and allow my soul to sacred and speak to serve your will. Sailing on the distant seas, from darkness to
What a tempo on this one.
like the ocean, right into the dragon's path, moving with the style of faith. You feel the loss of this world, it shakes the world to melt into the storm.
Watch the weather lyrics. They really tried to be instrumental moments.
My veins for my venom. These the chords with a twisted tongue. Shall I join the Imperial service when beggars mourn and zero stars? In this twilight cathedral, shall I redeem the pride of the netherworld?
Yeah, the netherworld can't take us there. Yeah, you just killing me, you're right. Even though that was short, that was sweet and perfect.
It was.
Wasn't that?
I wanted it to be longer. Embu came in, he's like,
I know, it just scales the whole guitar neck.
wow.
God, that's an epic, actually. How long is that one? That flew by 6.5.
Very cool.
That one's so memorable. I love that one.
That one really would be a great song to like end a concert with.
Yeah, no kidding, right? It's a show closer,
It's
show
the
stopper.
show closer, showstopper. That's the one that like after a 2-3 hour performance of everything that's going on, and then you have Pharaoh sails to Orion with that ending, how it's prolonged,
Yeah.
right? Because it gives that little bit of like that final.
That chance to kind of like show your appreciation in the when it's kind of setting the mood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so like I really like that one. I think that would be a great showstopper if they didn't have the greatest show on earth. Right? That they always
they have
do.
better ones now.
They have better
When
ones
this
now,
came
but
out, I bet it was.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so please let us know what your favorite song is from this album now that we've done a bunch of them. And this is one of my favorite ones. Everyone that Tapio is in does bring that kind of extra edge and grit to it,
does.
that I love as a metalhead myself.
That darkness.
And that darkness, right? So we are now moving on to Walking in the Air, which is actually a Howard Blake cover.
Okay.
And it was for like a show called The Snowman, I believe, or something like that. So that's really cool. We've actually reacted to this 2 times so far on the channel. One time being live, and we did that in April 29th of 2023. We're going all out for this one.
Children gaze open mouth, digging eyes and eyes.
And then you and I also did a Rakaska Jula, if you remember that thing that she does. She did a performance where we reacted to that, and that was on August 28th of 2023.
We're walking in the air. Walking in
as well. So we're very excited to get back to Walking in the Air. I believe it might have been one of their singles for this album as well.
Yeah.
That was one thing I did forget to look into was which ones were singles from this. So please let me know. I'm pretty sure this one and the next one are. So without further ado, this is Walking in the Air. And do you remember this one?
New.
Okay, well then there you go. So it's gonna feel maybe new for you, but maybe when you hear it, you'll remember.
Maybe once I hear it. Here we
Okay.
go.
Here we go. Nightwish Army.
I love how it has the same waves at that ended the last one and began this one.
Yeah. Nice. Especially you're in Orion now too. You're walking in the
We're
air.
walking in the air.
I remember this one.
I know you would right as it started.
We're floating in the moonlit
I've sang it a lot. You are
The people from below are sleeping the swift I'm holding very tight. I'm riding in the midnight blue. I'm fighting
have to say, because we always say Tuamas could make really good like movie scores and like TV show scores and all that too. So to know that Nightwish is covering like a song that was made for like a TV show,
absolutely.
and like it's just to show their composition level, because I don't know many bands that would go for those type of ambitious songs.
I know a lot of bands will go for other bands that they like or people who inspire them in that way.
Yeah.
But like to cover a TV show song score or a movie score that has inspired you or meant a lot to you,
I think that's really cool.
I think that's very cool.
Yeah. So this is very nice, and I definitely love this song. I remember it very well too.
I remember one of the reactions we did of this, and I'm thinking about it now because I had actually commented on the flutes being too piercing.
Okay, maybe that was during the live rap.
And it was during, I think it was.
Okay.
And now hearing this as the studio version,
Yeah.
it sounds really nice. I really like the mix
Nice.
that is in on this one.
A little more
And
crisp.
it's a
not
little
as
more
piercing.
crisp, not as piercing. So that's something I did want to comment on as
Good
well.
then. Okay, awesome. Nice, eh?
Very nice. I love the send-offs that have been happening in all of these songs on this album,
Yeah.
because they're really, Nightwish is really giving space for the instruments, for Empu, for everyone to kind of have their final flair after Tarja finishes singing.
Yeah, it's giving correct releases, and depending on how the song isn't changing how the release is still coming.
Absolutely.
So, because like most of these songs, at least at first, were so high tempo, so much more power metal, where these are starting to blend a bit more into a little kind of like the Angels Fall First
Yeah.
type of blend, but then it's like a combination of the power metal and the symphonic and the folkiness to it. So I'm liking how it wasn't just power metal all the way through, which is exactly what I was saying. Like, I don't know how well this would be if it was all, but then looking through it all, it's really one of the best albums I can see that they
Yeah.
have. And like, I always change, and they always say the one that you hear becomes your best. But just knowing the fullness of this album of what it has to offer, it might be like my top 3 now.
It's like Angels Fall First is a great album. This one's more up tempo in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's more
the first
polished.
one, more polished.
Yeah.
But then it still has all of those foundations of Angels Fall First, and everything
Yeah.
that even Nightwish becomes in the future. Like it felt very Imaginarium at the one song.
Absolutely.
And this was a cover, but it still felt uniquely Nightwish.
Yeah,
at
I
the
wouldn't
same
have known
time.
that at all.
You wouldn't have known it was a cover.
And Tarja is a star. It's incredible. So we are now on to Sleeping Sun. We have done this song 4 times actually on the channel. And the first time we did it was together at Tombora, which was back in 2022 in October.
I wish for this night time to last for a lifetime. The darkness around me.
We also did another live performance on November 30th, 2022.
Oh my God, it will depart. I'd see you before 1,000 moons. Never finding where to go.
So that's 2 of them. We also did Dice Brand, which was just me, and that was October 24th, 2023.
I can only imagine her being right now.
And then you and I both did the music video for it,
Right.
which was this year, May 31st.
Sun, sleeping, weeping with you.
Incredible. I can see why they just took over the world. So now this
Very
is
cool.
our 5th time doing it here, and this was one of the songs that was added to the album.
After the album was
After the
globally
release.
released.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
very cool. I can't believe we're almost done already. We only have 2 songs left. Thank you so much for being here. We're getting into Sleeping Sun.
Remember this one.
Oh, yeah. After 4 reactions, we host.
I know, yeah.
Another memorable key line. It's incredible.
Sleeping quietly, once
really like the album studio version of this one because,
too.
like you said, the echoing guitar riffs, you can really hear them come out in
I agree.
the
In the studio version.
thank you.
Yes.
In the studio version. It's very crisp, very clean. I really like this ballad. This is probably one of my favorite ballads.
Yeah, it's the most memorable. Even though I love my power and thrash metal, this one might be the one that has stuck in me the most. And like I can see why people have been requesting this one a lot too. It was after the release, so it would have stuck out too. They even made a music video for it. So
Yeah.
even knowing how big this addition was to it, we can see why it became such a stepping stone for them. Because I feel like with Sleeping Sun, it helped pave another part for how they can sound moving forward.
Absolutely. And this is one as well that Tarja sounds her most comfortable in.
I agree. Yes.
So I think that's also why I like it so much because
I'm
it
with you
is
there.
at her baseline, her most comfortable.
It feels extremely respectable where then Tuama says like sometimes they're laughing at some of the lyrics and all that. This one's no laughing matter.
No.
It's like you take it
It
seriously.
doesn't have any silly lyrics. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not pushing anything too harsh. He's not testing her vocal limits. He's letting her be in a comfortable stasis while she's singing.
Yeah,
So I really like this one.
I agree. It's a nice to kind of almost end the album.
I like it and how it's in brackets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. So we're already at the end. It's incredible how quick these journeys go,
Yeah.
right? And like they're all such digestible times too. Like it's only 4 to 6.5 minute songs, but they're
Yeah.
all so jam packed that you can dive into it to make it like a 20-minute for every single song like review because of actually how incredible the music and
There's
the
so
lyrics
much
and
to
the
talk about
performances.
with it. It invokes that conversation because it's like, oh, we can talk about this riff and that riff. We can talk about all these different little things, the intricacies. There's so much, and that even on like a fourth, now fifth reaction, it's like
Yeah.
there's still something that you can find. There's so
course.
many Easter eggs within this. At the very beginning of that, I'm gonna be honest, I was like, I thought this was from Century Child, but it's not.
Okay, right.
Right? Just
Yeah.
because, but I think that's because the lyric is talking about like one time into the centuries and like just how.
Right, so you always thought it was for that one.
So I always thought it was for that one, and then just how because it's such a ballad, it's such a drifting song. It's,
Well, yeah, because like even it came in later, so it's moving
Yeah.
towards Century Child, right?
Exactly.
But it's kind of in the middle of it because it's almost a whole year after it, right?
absolutely.
So like you could see its progression. So I see what you're trying to say
yeah,
there,
that
right?
progression of it because it's after the
Yeah,
power metal, it's before Century
even more
Child,
polished, right?
but it's more polished, but it's not quite there to Century Child, but it's not at right. It's right in that middle.
I feel like we're missing an album here.
We are. I'm pretty sure there's another one.
We'll find out soon.
They'll let us know.
We're actually pretty tired, but we're very happy we've made it all the way through too. Again, we want to just thank everyone here, Chronicans, for being with us through this journey. As you can see, we're close to getting ready to move. The place is almost ready to go up for sale. So a lot of things have been happening to get the emotions high and low. But with all that said, we're happy to finally have time to sit here and be here in front of you all. So thank you again for spending this time if you made it this far through all of our shenanigans. So we are now at Nightquest, and we have done this song actually one time, the two of us, the studio version just like this. And it was actually a whole year ago, June 23rd. I thought it was a little, like, not this long ago that we did it, but so apparently it's already been a year. That just shows how
crazy.
quick time goes by. It's actually incredible, y'all. So without further ado, we're ending with Nightquest. This was Oceanborn. Thank you all so much.
Bring the ballad back into the power.
Yeah. I think this one might have been the year of release as well. See, those moments are the moments that you're kind of reminding all of us that even if you're not watching them live, that's the moments that bring you live. And you can see Empu and Thomas going back and forth with the camera, going back between them as they're going at it. And that's like some of my favorite Nightwish moments is getting to see them.
Is that like that musical battle between the band members on stage? And then we also have Tarja who'd be like air guitaring right next to Empu and
just
like
bringing the
getting into it.
enthusiasm.
It's so much fun. Like I love that part that we just had, and like how like heavy blues, you know, when you're at like the blues, but it's like the dance club with the blues. Thomas's piano was going there, and then right into that rock.
No kidding.
Right, that like old school rock, and then it got heavy again. So it's so cool how many different genres they can bring in, even for these little snippets.
Exactly. They have unique blends of genres just in snippets all throughout, glittered throughout every single song, and that's what makes them so memorable. Is
Yeah.
they transition so well, actually.
So
But they
well.
happen so fast. It's sometimes hard to tell a transition even happened.
Yeah, and then you're like, wait, we're somewhere else now.
Right? Because if I didn't pause it, you probably wouldn't even pause. You're lost.
No, I would have just kept going, listening to them bring us to the elf land. You
We're
know?
in the Elfland.
We're in the elf.
My guiding show shall not be afraid. I am the mastermind, the wizard to show the way. Twist not for the past, but for tomorrow to make it last. Simply the best way to walk beside, hand in hand. Enter the realm, don't stay away. The dreams remain the only way. Forgive the task, enjoy the ride, and follow us into the night. First one to God, this band of night. Lady in black, lady in white. Followed by legions of nighttime wanderers. Guardians of the halls of God. When we from our homeland depart, to challenge the gods of emptiness. May the quest begin.
Very cool.
That night quest. And our quest has been achieved. And that is every song from Oceanborn. Thank you all so much for making it all the way through to this. I don't even want to know how long this video was. It's been incredible though, because for us coming into Nightwish very late,
Yeah.
we really didn't know what to expect, because when you hear a song like Story Time, Ghost Love Score, all these like epics, you just don't really know what their beginning end really was. You think maybe all the songs sound kind of like that, but
Exactly.
every album really is its own entity and kind of brings a new flavor to what they were and even what they were inspired by at the time
Absolutely.
too. So it's like going through a musical journey.
And we've
History.
even heard that even with like Tuomas's lyrics have changed all throughout.
Big time,
And,
yeah.
Like his lyrics have changed big time. He's very much, and I have to agree with you guys, that in his earlier works, he was very much, young and a little bit, frisky. And
I was hoping you would
see it in the lyrics. Right? And you can really see that kind of as his passions have changed.
Yeah.
Because even after Marco joined the band, they started having more
Different
in-depth-
influences,
different
right?
influences, deeper conversations, different talks. That's when they started getting into like Greatest Show on Earth and into a
100%.
lot of the nature and these different things.
Yeah,
that-
once Troy came in with it, all that
once
too,
Troy
that
came in with
influence
that.
as well.
So it was very much like the spirit of the Oceanborn and the spirit of the
His nation.
his
it felt like.
nation
Yeah.
at the very beginning, and then that kind of changed into the science, and then that changed into an amalgamation of the two.
Of the two,
And
yeah.
so it's
His
really
love of nature
cool
and all
with
that,
his
yeah.
love of nature and love of the spirit and a
Yeah.
lot of these really sacred traditions. And it's
Thanks for bringing that up, because they always bring so much sacred
Yeah.
traditions and teachings and many different types, like not just biblical, like it goes into every different type of
Everywhere.
religion and all that. So
the
thanks for bringing
global
that up.
aspect of
Very
it.
global.
And so it's so cool to see what's coming into Nightwish later with a lot of with the newest singer and with a lot of the newest music, and having such a massive library to pull from. Now going back and listening and to a full album. Now we've done 2 full albums
Yep.
in full with them.
Yes, we have.
And it's really interesting because you get to hear that story that's being told. You get to really experience what you guys experienced that made you love them from the very
Oh yeah,
beginning.
this one would have hooked me compared
Yeah.
to Angels Fall First, like you were saying. Like I'm even like I'm trying to see where I'm placing it right now in my discography, because we obviously haven't done full album reactions, but we've listened to so much, as you can see, that it felt like we've checked out most of every albums. But like I'm saying, I think this one might be my top 3, and that I didn't think was even gonna crack some of the other ones that would be coming down. So it also just shows how everyone's gonna have their favorite type of era. We can see why some people were very upset, because I don't even know if Annette could perform some of these ones. Not even throwing shade. I just don't know if this style was.
Not the style of her vocal range and what she's comfortable with.
You would have missed a lot of these songs when it was performing live, where then Flora was able to bring a lot of them back, like with
Yeah.
the Decades tour and all that too.
Absolutely.
So it's really cool to see where it all began, because for us, again, this is really their first album that was meant to be a full studio album.
And
too.
not just
demos. And all
demos that have come together as an album.
They went all in on
Like,
this.
this was very impressive. I am really excited to see the next album and what's going to be coming down, because I'm enjoying this journey through Nightwish and seeing their eras, their decades, their genres,
Yeah.
and where they have come and grown as a band going into where they're at today.
Me too, and this is the first time Sammy was on an album, and we didn't really hear him at the beginning, but halfway through he started coming out more, so that was really cool. So we're glad that happened, and we hope you all had a good time with us. This has probably been a long go, so we do appreciate it. And if you still have not, please hit that like button on your way out and let us know if you want us to continue our full album reaction journey with Nightwish. We are now exiting the album, folks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. This was such a treat. Peace and love, Chronicans.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Hey guys, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. If you like this channel, remember to subscribe right here. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, remember, it is right here. And if you're excited to see another video that we think you might like, click here.
Thank you so much, Chronicles, for making it this far. We love you so much.